What's poppin', y'all? It's your boy Jolin, and we back at it with another episode of this Flight Lounge. Now, it's summer. It's finally summer. Your boy been waiting forever for this, you feel me? But I'm not gonna lie. I live in the Northwest, so it's summer, but it's already raining. You feel me? All weekend has been rain every day. You know what I mean? And not just like, I'm not gonna say it's been raining like full on all day, but it'll be like, it'll be sprinkling, and then you'll be like, okay, that's cool. And then you walk outside and it starts pouring hard. When you got to turn on your windshield wipers to go full speed, you know what I mean? It's hard like that. It make you not even want to go outside because there's roads and stuff flooding and stuff like that. I'm not trying to be out there stepping in that or driving in that or sliding around in my car. You know what I mean? And people don't know how to drive in the rain. Even where I'm at, it's raining all the time, and you will be surprised how many people don't know how to drive in the rain. So I just don't do it. You know what I mean? I just don't do it. Now, I'm happy to be back because, like I said, last episode, if you checked it out, I brought my bro in here. You know what I mean? I brought him in here. It was his first time being on a podcast, and it was basically my first time really getting to interview type style podcast with somebody who I knew has some knowledge and something from y'all to gain from the episode. So I'm pretty excited to be back and kind of, do it by myself. And I'm looking forward to meeting up with more people to have on the podcast, kind of giving y'all a glimpse into, some other people who are doing stuff independently or got businesses. I don't want to have my stuff overran with doing interviews and stuff like that, but I think it'll be dope just to find people and just have those kind of conversations because it adds more value to the podcast. You know what I mean? Now, you already know that your boy likes to, spit a little game, you know what I mean? Give a little spiel, if you will, at the beginning of the podcast. So I'm going to just start off by saying, don't, at any circumstance, let anybody waste your time. You know what I mean? I don't care if it's family, friends, your lady, your man, your job, any of that shit. Don't let people waste your time because time is something that you ain't never gonna get back. You know what I mean? You know how many people wish they could be like, damn, I wish I could go back in time and do that over again. So too much time is wasted. Just sometimes it's trying to help other people. Sometimes it's investing your time into the wrong things. You got to know when to, spend more time, and you got to know also when to draw back on putting time into certain things, people, or places that you might find yourself wasting time. You know what I mean? Because time is money. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, we all trying to get the paper. But if you fucking off with your time, that's a surefire way. You is not going to get no money because you going to fuck around and be in your 20s and fuck around in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, and then you going to be 55. You ain't got no SSI. You ain't got nothing coming in to help you stay afloat. You know what I mean? And that's just, not what I want my people. At least if you listen to my podcast and you know what kind of game I'm giving, I will hope that you're not one of those people that's out there wasting your time, because at the end of the day, you only get one life. So you got to use every day. Everybody got the same 24 hours. You need to go out there and get it. So yeah, man, I'm not going to spend too much more time on that. You feel me? I just want y'all to know, don't waste your time, because there's a lot of time wasters out here. And if you spending your time with them, you're going to see how much time you waste just fucking off doing stuff that you shouldn't be doing. But yeah, man, I got some topics today, and I got some pretty good topics. You feel me? I got them right here on the phone. I'm about to kind of just go through them. But the first topic you already know is the movies of the week. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really on the fence about if this first one is gonna be any good, because the first season was excellent. You feel me? It had us on the edge of our seats. It had everybody talking. It was huge. Squid Games, you know what I mean? Everybody loved Squid Games when it came out. It was something new. It was something that was not what we are used to, and it was from a different culture, so you kind of got to see the kind of stuff that they watch in their country, you know what I mean? And we got to appreciate a show that they might have been like, oh yeah, that's old to us, but it's new to us, you know what I mean? But the thing about Squid Games, it was a big hype, but I don't know how I felt when that second season came out. I feel like the man, he got out of the game and he could have left, but he was like, no, I want to go back and help the people and expose the game for what it is. You know what I mean? And I was just like, I feel like the first season started off real cool, or the second season started off cool, but it was too slow. Once you watch that first season, we wanted to see the games, the riddles, the shit that was happening. If you seen Squid Games, I'm sure you know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about when I say we wanted to jump back into the bubble and start seeing, all the people get taken out. You know what I mean? But that second season, nah, man, it was dry, and I felt like, they should have just took that nigga out off the rip. They knew what he was doing. They should have took him out off the rip, and I just hope this third season really adds that closure. I don't want it to be slow, you know what I mean? And I feel like they could go either which way with the show. They could make it to where niggas is getting sliced and diced, and they get some creativity in there, and they make us get back that wow factor, because I feel like a lot of people watch Squid Games that second season, and a lot of people was on the same thing that I was on. They was just like, bro, it was too much like build up. Like, nigga, get in there. And yeah, I know he want to go save the people and expose the people on the game, but damn, nigga, I don't want to wait like 3-4 episodes for you to get there in the game to start. Nigga, put that green suit on and go do some shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, Squid Games is coming out this weekend. So if you got your Netflix, make sure you go on there and let me know, because you already know I'm going to be tuned in this weekend, seeing which way that the Squid Games go. I'm interested just to see how it go. I might even go back, within the next couple days before it actually comes out, and maybe skip the first couple episodes. Like I said, the shit was dry. But once my man get in the building and he start doing the stuff, and they surviving these tasks, I might, reconsider, and jump into Squid Games 3, the third season, and just see what they talking about on there. And hopefully this time it's gonna be cool, because last season, don't hype it up and it's not like the right, ending, because that could blow the whole thing. You know what I mean? They saying this the last season, so let's end it on the right terms. You know what I mean? Now, the next one I got for y'all is one for the family. It's one that I actually ended up going to the theaters to see over the weekend, and I'm not gonna lie, I like the movie. That Elio. I seen the Elio when I took my son. We went to go see Minecraft, and it was one of those commercials or trailers that you get to see before the movie. So it was basically, all of them were kids one, but this was one. It caught my eye off the rip. I liked it. You know what I mean? It's basically about a little kid, and he's into like aliens and space, and he think like, yo, I want the aliens to come abduct me so I can be part of their world. And he actually get that chance. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna spoil the movie, but it's a real cool little movie. My son really liked the movie. My lady liked the movie. I was even like, shit, they got that thing on a fire stick. I'm trying to watch it again. So the movie was real good. Again, it's called Elio. It just came out on Friday. So if you got kids, or you into like Pixar type animation and stuff like that, I think it's a cool story for kids, for adults, for just movie lovers in general. So if you got some time and you want to go to the theater and you looking for something, just to do a little family night, definitely, I would say go check out that Elio. Now, the next topic of the week, you already know, is the music of the week. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. This next project is not one that I already listened to, because it's not out yet. It's coming up, but I figured, hey, it's time right now to let y'all know that the Clipse, after like 16 years, oh yeah, Tip, they dropping that brand new album. Let God sort them out. You know what I mean? We don't got time to be playing with these niggas. And I know when the Clipse step in the building, they ain't never been no slouch ass group. Pusha had to do his own journey. Malice, he didn't really want to get down for a little while, but it don't even matter. They got P. It's the Clipse, P, and P is up there in Louis now, so he doing it a little different. He doing with the fashion. He getting a little bit more money, so he putting that shit out. He don't got time to play. So they ended up putting out one song so far, you know what I mean? That's basically what's on the Spotify, you know what I mean? And it was a cool little song, but they also put out this video for the So Be It. And I already did a video on the So Be It. So if you ain't already seen that video on the So Be It and the Travis Scott beef that they got on there, make sure y'all go to the channel and make sure y'all go check that out. Now, I'm excited. I used to bump the Clipse so damn much. I remember I used to walk around and be like, man, where you from? I'd be like, oh, I'm from Virginia. I ain't never been to Virginia in my life, but what I did know is that I was fucking with the Clipse, and I wanted to be one of them, you feel me? Now, the Clipse is one of them groups that if you like that real, that gutter, that raw, that trap music, you know what I mean? They was cooking butter to make the fiends stutter, you know what I mean? And they coming back, hopefully it's on that same mix. Like I said, Malice, he decided he wanted to step back a little bit and do his own thing, so we ain't heard him rap. I kind of know what to expect when you listen to Pusha T, because he's still been going. He's still an artist. He was with Good Music for a little while. He said, hey, Kanye weird, I gotta get up out of here. This ain't my lane. And I just hope that they put together a good project, because they were a classic, iconic group back in the early 2000s. And I wouldn't be surprised if when they drop this new music, if the music is sounding like that So Be It, man, they gonna have some classics on their hands. So I'm definitely excited. Again, the shit is called Let God Sort 'Em Out by the Clipse. Pharrell on the beat, so you know how they coming, you feel me? We got some shit to address, and you know they about to address it. So yeah, make sure y'all check that out. It's coming out in like two weeks, you know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all got that on your radar, and yeah, make sure y'all ready to hear that. Now, we gotta talk about the ladies, you know what I mean? And this one is a queen, so we not gonna get at her no kind of way, but that new Cardi B just dropped. Come on, man. That new Cardi B just dropped, and I know everybody be like ready because, you know, Cardi, she did her thing, and you know, she got some money, and she ain't really got to rap no more, so she gonna rap when she feel like it, nigga. It don't matter what your bag look like, she'll get to you when she get to you. Now, her and Offset, they've been going back and forth. You know, they've been going back and forth. Now she got her new man, so she feeling herself. They over there, you know, balling, and, you know, Offset, he doing his thing, but Cardi decided she was finally about to give us a song, you know, and it's maybe leading into her album. The song was trash, y'all. It was called Outside. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it's because I'm a nigga and I'm not riding around listening to the City Girls this summer. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what it sounded like. It was a whole bunch of like baby mama shots. You know what I mean? And like I said, Cardi is a queen. I'm not getting at her. I'm just saying that kind of rap right there, you gotta step it up, because bitches is chopping nowadays. You know what I mean? They putting out some of that real shit that you can feel, and I felt like maybe that song just ain't for the niggas. You know what I mean? It's not for the niggas, because it certainly wasn't for me. What the fuck just happened? Hold on, Tip. What just happened? Oh, okay. Okay, I don't know what that was, but we gonna rock with it anyway, because we ain't about to restart. We already on here doing what we supposed to be doing. But yeah, man, the Cardi just wasn't it. You know what I mean? I felt like it was some old shit, and maybe she just pushing stuff out for the label, because I did hear that, you know what I mean, she was getting ready for the album. It wasn't quite ready, at least to the label standards, so maybe she just giving the people some shit just to feel with how she gonna be coming this next time around. But if it's like that, oh nah, I don't think that should be it at all. I think she need to go back in that studio, maybe get them writers together and tell them, hey, we gotta come with some shit that's gonna make the clubs go off. It's gonna be something for the ratchet bitches, some of the boss bitches, some of the real niggas, some of the trap niggas. Even if she gotta get some collabs on there to make that happen, you know what I mean? She gotta do what she gotta do to get back on there, because we hold Cardi to a certain standard, because she's a star. She's not one of these little, you know, she's just starting out. I mean, she got a couple songs. No, she got some bangers. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? She got some bangers, she got some plaques, she got some money, she's doing it. But that Outside, you could have kept that. We not fucking with that at all. But yeah, man, that's what I got for y'all as far as music of the week. Now, I already know that y'all be wanting to know, what is a nigga smoking on? Is he smoking on that gas pack? Of course we know that. But what is it? So this week I got some shit that I ain't never tried before. You feel me? I got some stuff called Rotten. Now, I don't really know what Rotten is, but when I seen it, it was 29.5% THC. So you already know that we smoking that big boy THC, and we can't be fucking with that mild pack from the Outback. You know what I'm saying? I got it. I blew it. and it blew my motherfucking mind. I don't know what the cross was. It said it was a hybrid. I didn't do my research and do like, oh, what kind of strand is this? It's a half of this with a quarter. And I didn't do all of that. I just rolled him up in the diamond, and I put him in the air like a motherfucking rocket ship. And that shit is fire. You know what I mean? So if you are familiar with Main Street, right here in the Northwest, you feel me? Make sure y'all pull up to Main Street, because y'all know that's where I go. I be finding the gas. I be kind of running through it, and you can also get it in mini buds too. You know what I mean? I don't know about you, but I don't really care to have a whole bunch of like, I gotta have the biggest buds so you can see it in my hand. Like if we buying some buds and they come and they some big buds, I don't mind that, but I'm not necessarily going, if it's some mini buds, I'm breaking it down in the grinder anyway, so I never care about that. But the 29.5% that this rotten was, it didn't taste bad or nothing like that. It was definitely gassy. It was real like grown folks smoke. You feel me? Like if you're used to smoking like that sprayed shit or some of that light shit, some of that 16-17%, no, don't smoke this. It's gonna put your ass, you feel me, right on the couch for night time. You know what I mean? This is some of that power pack. You know what I mean? You're gonna feel it in your chest when you hit it the first, second, and third time. You know what I mean? So again, it's called Rotten. I got it at motherfucking Main Street. It only costs about, I think for the eighth, it's gonna cost you about a dub, which still ain't bad, because the shit that you getting is quality over quantity. We gonna get it every time. You know what I mean? We don't care about the price as long as it's good. But if I can get a deal, then that's what I'm smoking on. And again, I'm blowing on Rotten this week, so I'm gonna let y'all know what I'm smoking on next week. But yeah, man, I got a hustle for y'all, and this ain't one that I already tried, but when I heard somebody doing it, it sounded pretty good to me. Now, I know a lot of y'all probably do like Uber or DoorDash or Grubhub or any of those. Let me know in the comment section right now if you ever heard of one called Shipped. Now, Shipped, I think, is like a newer one, but they only take orders from like Target. So it's basically like a Target carrier, like the stuff that don't make the trucks and they need to get it into the neighborhoods fast. They give it to Shipped and they get it to them. You know what I mean? Basically, you book time blocks. You can work when you want. You can take the orders. You can skip the orders, and it's on your own time. You know what I mean? But the good thing about this, you're delivering bigger things. So you might deliver like a $200 order. At Target, you can get a couple things that's gonna cost you $250. You know what I mean? So depending on what you're picking up, and you can kind of see as you're pulling up to the stop, and it breaks down like each aisle, you can either decide to like go the route of, yo, I want everything ready when I get there, or you can go on the route of, I'm going to go in there and I'll grab the stuff for you, because it pays you a little bit more. I know that there's like a pay differential when you pick which side you want to be on. So preferably if you got some time and you good at shopping and you think you can run in there, it's like a lot of people who do Instacart. So if you're a person that already got Instacart, this might be a little bit more for you, because the person that I seen, they started like, I want to say she started about a month ago. And she showed me like the payouts that she had been getting. The first one was like 400, you know, and it was like 10 hours. So I'm like, damn, that's good. You know what I mean? Second week, it was another week. She said you got to train for like 2 weeks. So they only let you take like light loads in the beginning, because again, there is no manager or supervisor. You're gonna be in the car by yourself. So this is more like an entrepreneur type thing. You're making your own schedule. You're placing yourself where you want to be at those times. You got to pick up your kids, that's fine. You can turn it off and go do what you got to do and just come back and, you know what I mean, get yourself on there. If they got more deliveries, they got more work, you can jump back in, get some more money. So yeah, man, I seen the third week after her training, 700. We working part-time now. It's 20 hours, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, the third and fourth week, then it was like 900, 700. We working part-time here, so I know some people, they go to work and they make like 800 off the full time, and that's what you bring it home on your check. And you gotta go kick it with, you know, Big Carl and Susie and Cynthia and all them motherfuckers, and you don't even want to be around them. I know that's how I feel sometimes when I be around at my jobs. You know what I mean? So if you can take your own time in your hands and you can go make like 25, 35, because not only do they pay you for your mileage, but they also have like a rate on the delivery that you're delivering, and you can also get tips. So you got to think, you know what I mean? If you delivering a whole bunch of groceries, or, if you got to pick up some Pampers or whatever you picking up and delivering to these people, they could easily tip you an extra 10, 15. I done did, different like little carrier jobs, and the most I ever got tipped on, I remember I picked up a burrito one time for a guy, dropped it off, one burrito from Chipotle. This nigga gave me $50. I'm like, nigga, what? And all he said was, hey, spread the wealth. And I kept it moving. Gave the homie $20 because he was with me that day because I was helping him learn how to do it. And yeah, man. So Shipped, if you looking for a little something on your phone, something you could turn on, turn off, you know what I mean? Anytime that you want to make some money. If you got a full-time job, if you got a part-time job, if you going to school right now, it don't even matter, because like I said, you can go on there for 2 hours, and if you can go on there for like 2 hours and make even an extra $50. Now, I know there's some people that's going to be in the comments talking about, man, that's not enough money for you to really live. You got to be driving around. Nigga, when you go to your job, do you really be making over $25? Come on now. If you not making over $25 and you going to work every day kicking with them people that you do not fuck with, and you only getting paid $14.75, cut the shit out. Now, I'm not saying that anywhere that you live is going to be the same rate, but if you live in the Northwest, they got all the Targets around here. They got them in like motherfucking Happy Valley. They got them in Beaverton. They got them in Portland by the airport. They got them out in Sandy. There's a lot of Targets. So I'm sure wherever you live, there's some Targets, and you could probably at least think of like 4 or 5 of them in your head, like where they at. And all you got to do, pick the shit up. Drop it off at somebody's house. And if you can get $25, even $35, like I said, you never know whose stuff you're going to be picking up and what kind of tip they might have for you on the other side. So if you're looking for some extra money, you can go on your phone, type in Shipped, and basically you can just sign all of your stuff. Now, in some places, you're going to see that it's going to pop up with like a waiting list, because other people are trying to get this too. Motherfuckers don't want to keep clocking in at these jobs. They don't feel appreciated. They're not making no money. The benefits ain't making sense, and they're ready to take control and get their time in their own hands. So make sure if you one of those people and you just looking for some extra money, you can always go do Uber and do those other things, but it seemed like the Shipped right here might be the way to go, because like I said, it's bigger parcels. So if you making bigger deliveries, you can always make more money. Now, I'm about to hit this water real quick. You feel me? I just got this new water bottle right here, and it's cool because it got like a little screen, and it tells you your water intake for the day, and it tells you like, if you weigh this much and you're this old and you this tall, it'll tell you how much you're supposed to have, and it even texts your phone, you feel me, so that you can be alert like, hey, you slipping, you need to get some water. So yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm at 88% for the day on the water, so I'm almost there. It's like 11:50. I'm probably not gonna get. Yeah, man. We had to hit the water. Nigga, mouth felt like I've been chewing on sand. You feel me? But anyway, yeah, man. If you're looking for the extra money, that Shipped might be the way to go. I might even sign up for it. I might not use it. I could use it. I might not. Who knows? But I like being able to take time in my hands, and you never know where you're going to be at. So if I'm somewhere and I'm like, damn, I'm out in Vegas, I can always press a button on my phone and find a Target and go drop somebody's shit off and go get me some money. It's better than standing on the corner with a sign. So y'all better get some money, you feel me? And don't be too prideful to do these little carrier jobs, because you worried about, oh, what if the homies see me? Or, oh, what if somebody see me picking it up or waiting in the line? Fuck all that. Because most of the people that's really getting money, they're not going to be looking down on you. The only people that be really talking shit is the people who don't be getting no money. The people who sit at their house and they still getting that, you know what I mean, $12.95 an hour for their job. You know what I mean? So if you can get a bigger check in less time, and sometimes you can even, like, if you got like a kid, I know sometimes some people bring their kids with them, and that's just an extra helping hand, you know what I mean? Depending on how old your kid, obviously, if you got a baby or something with a stroller, I'm not saying do all of that, but if you got like a little, you know what I mean, like a little 10-year-old or something, you can have them roll with you and just be like, hey, hand me the package, go drop it off at the door, take your picture, or knock on the door, hand it to them, bam, you'd already know. But yeah, man, that's what y'all need to do, and that's my hustle for y'all, you know what I mean? Now, it's time to get into the last topic of the day, and you already know that it's my favorite topic of the day, the sneakers of the week. Now, Jordan been dropping heat on us. We can't deny that. We can't act like we didn't see them Tokyos, them shattered backboards, and all of those. But one of the shoes stuck out to me is these undefeated fours. Now, everybody and their mama know when them undefeated fours came out, all of us wanted them. All of us wanted them, but they was outrageously priced. They was wanting 20, 30, 40,000 for these shoes, and I never understood why. Because there's other like colorways that are kind of like that, but ain't no undefeated, like, you know what I'm saying? These shoes are dropping this week. You know what I mean? They're not gonna be too expensive. They're gonna be regular price, so you ain't gotta worry about that. But they will be a hard catch. You know what I mean? I'm sure that all of the resellers, they know what they getting themselves into, and I'm sure that there's gonna be a markup value once people start getting the shoes and they start kind of hitting the internet. And you know, if you don't got a good sneaker plug, you probably gonna be one of them that gotta buy from the resellers, and hopefully they a real pair and not from over that water. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm excited about them. I'm gonna try to get them. I'm probably not gonna hit, but it's always worth the try. You know what I mean? So I'm about to try to get those. Let me know in the comment section if there's any other shoes that's coming out that you're gonna be getting, or even if you're gonna be trying to get those undefeated fours, because it's worth having them in the stash because they're just nostalgic. You feel me? Everybody wanted them back in the day. They got the little peel off Velcro and everything. They like the army colorway with that. Man, stop playing. Stop playing. You gotta have those in the collection if you're a real sneakerhead, like the Tokyos, and even if you don't got them fire red 5s that came out, them things is looking awful nice too. But yeah, man, I'm about to get out of here, you feel me? So until next time, you already know, keep rolling up, keep taking flights, and you know we gonna be here next week. So make sure you tell a friend to come chill with you and blow something so y'all can check out this flight lounge together. Now, I'm about to get out of here, so until next time, you already know what it is, and you know who it is. It's Jolin, it's Varsity. Peace.